How to make cotton candy without machine. Making cotton candy for a large group of people is impossible without the use of a cotton candy machine. However, if you are craving some homemade cotton candy, there is no one stopping you from creating your very own using some household tools that you have in your own kitchen. Basically, there are two ways that you can create homemade cotton candy. You can try using the hand-spun method, or you can try following the hand-pulled method. Here are the steps on how to make cotton candy without machine using these two easy methods. Hand-spun cotton candy. 1. Prepare the following ingredients and equipment. 4 cups of sugar, 2 drops of food coloring, 1 cup of corn syrup, 1 teaspoon of raspberry extract, 1 cup of water, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 large saucepan, 1 pastry brush, 1 candy thermometer, 1 shallow heat-proof container, 1 whisk, lollipop sticks, parchment paper lining. 2. In a large saucepan, combine the water, corn syrup, sugar, and salt, and then set it on medium heat. Stir the ingredients together until all the ingredients have completely melted. You may also notice that crystals form on the sides of the saucepan. You can use your pastry brush to wipe them away and stir them back into the mixture to keep them from forming. 3. Heat the mixture on the stove to a temperature of 320 degrees Fahrenheit. To make sure that you hit the right temperature, clip on a candy thermometer on the side of the saucepan. After heating the mixture, pour the liquid into a heat-proof shallow container and add the raspberry extract and food coloring. Since you are using raspberry extract, you may want to use some pink food coloring. Remember also that you can use any other flavored extract or food coloring that you want. Stir the ingredients until they are well combined. 4. Line some parchment paper on your work table, as well as on the floor to catch bits of sugar that might fall from your table. This will make the cleaning process easier later on. 5. Remove the head of the whisk and use the decapitated whisk to spin the sugar. Dip the whisk into the sugar syrup and then hold it over the pot so as not to waste any dripping sugar. Hold the whisk over the parchment and swing it back and forth to cause thin sugar strands to fall on the parchment paper. Continue doing this until you create a nest of spun sugar. The strands will look thicker than your normal machine-spun cotton candy. 6. Gather the sugar strands and wrap them around lollipop sticks. Make sure that you do this right away so that the strands do not get brittle. Serve the cotton candy immediately or seal it in an airtight container. Hand-pulled cotton candy. 1. Prepare the following ingredients and equipment. 4 1/3 cups of sugar, cornstarch, 2 cups of water, 1 drop of food coloring, 1 teaspoon of vinegar, 1/2 cup of corn syrup, 1 large saucepan, 1 candy thermometer, 4 1-quart plastic containers, a baking sheet. 2. In a large saucepan, combine the sugar, water, vinegar, corn syrup, and food coloring. Stir them well as to combine all the ingredients, but also make sure that you stir them slowly and carefully to avoid creating sugar crystals on the side of the pan. 3. Boil the mixture until it reaches 268 degrees Fahrenheit on the candy thermometer. Remove it from heat afterwards and let the mixture cool until it reaches 212 degrees Fahrenheit. 4. Separate the mixture equally and divide it into 4 separate 1-quart plastic containers. As soon as the mixture reaches room temperature, remove it by flipping the containers over and squeezing them gently to eject the mixture. 5. Line up a baking sheet and sprinkle some cornstarch on it. 6. Prepare the candy by making a hole in its center using your thumb and forefinger. Make the circle bigger while making sure that the candy remains the same thickness around the rope that you have just made. When the rope is long enough, twist it into a figure of 8 and bring both halves together. 7. Grasp the candy in both hands and let your backhand pull back gently while keeping your front hand stable. Rotate your hands around the candy until all the strands are long. Repeat this pulling process 10 to 14 times. With these two options on how to make cotton candy without machine, you can make your own homemade cotton candy without worrying about the lack of a cotton candy machine.